everyone, welcome to my table of three and happy November the 1st. Today I am absolutely thrilled to share with you the first recipe in my Thanksgiving pie collaboration. I'm so excited to bring you guys this collaboration this November. It starts today on the 1st and runs all the way until November the 22nd. We have a great list of collaborators. I'm going to put that list below for you, as well as the entire playlist. There will be a recipe added every single day. And you really don't want to miss them, guys. There's going to be some keto options, low sugar options, gluten-free options, and some wonderful pies that are not any of those things. Very decadent. So don't miss out. Also keep in mind that on November the 28th, after us in the U.S. here have had time to celebrate the holidays, I am going to be doing a live giveaway on my table of three. That's this channel here that you're visiting if you're new. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I'm going to be giving away 4 or 5 prizes. 2 of which is $25 gift certificates to go to 4-jar lids. If you're a canner, that's a great score. Those lids are amazing. I'll be giving away a cookbook and also some other baking related goods that I've not quite settled on yet. So come back on the 28th and be live with me here that night. You want to know what you need to do to be eligible? Well, let me tell you. All you have to do is daily watch the video that will be added to the playlist that you can find under each of the pie videos, including this one here. Watch the video each day and make a comment on that pie video, and you are automatically eligible to win a prize. If you win and you're not able to make it, that's okay. I'll notify you and give you 48 hours to respond before redrawing. Now, today I am thrilled to share with you guys over a new recipe that I just put out on the blog, and that is my low-carb Snickers pie. The only thing you bake in here is the crust, and it's a simple press-in crust. It's sugar-free, gluten-free, and lower in carbs than any other pie, but it is super decadent, and it's just gonna be beautiful. So let's jump in. We're gonna make the crust first and then go from there. So enjoy the collaboration, you guys, and let's kick it off with this pie. We are going to start the crust. I am gonna use my food processor just because it's easier and I have it out already. If you don't want to use a food processor, you could totally do this just in a bowl with your hand and fork, because it's not that hard at all. First thing we're going to use is our almond flour. I also have a little bit of oat fiber in here, but you can totally leave that out if you want to. Remember, the full recipe for this pie is going to be in a link below to my blog where it's housed. So we're going to put our 2 cups of almond flour and our oat fiber. Then we're going to do our cocoa powder, because remember, we're making it a chocolate crust. Okay. And then we're going to do our sweetener. Now, this is a low-carb sweetener, so this is a Trim Healthy Mama Super Sweet. I'll link it below. It's basically erythritol and stevia. So I'm going to put that in. Ooh, smoke everywhere. Okay, so the next thing, that's it, guys. I'm not going to put any salt in here. Choke myself on that sweetener because I'm using salted butter, and that's what we're going to do next. Let me lock my... I do this every time. Okay, so you also need, there we go, melted butter, and we're going to drizzle that in. So I'm going to put a little bit, and this is going to be loud. Maybe I will. So I'm going to do the melted butter and go ahead and drizzle some in. Okay, I'm just going to check it really quick, because sometimes you can't really, here it is right here, I had a spoon. I'm going to do it, because you don't want it to be super wet. You're kind of like a crumb consistency, kind of like your graham cracker crust. You know, we talked about earlier, if you didn't want to make your crust, or if you're not doing a low-carb pie, you can just actually buy one of those pre-made crusts at Walmart or your grocery store. You're just basically wanting this to come together and pinch together, and see that doesn't quite hold together yet, so we're going to do some more butter. You can also cut back on the butter if you wanted to and use an egg white, but let me go ahead. this. Stir it around a little bit more. Like I said, you could do this in a bowl with just your feet, you know, a spoon, and then let's try it again. All right, you see that consistency? You see how when I pinch it together, it stays together? That's what you're looking for. So this is completely finished. I am just going to take this out, and then I'll come back and show you how I put it in our pie crust, our pie plate. Be right back. Now, we're going to put our pie crust in. This is just a deep dish rigger. I think it's probably about a 9-inch. Let me look at the light. Yes, 9-inch pie crust. I keep saying pie crust, but you guys get it, right? This is a pie plate. So we're gonna go ahead and pour our crust mixture in there. And then we're just gonna spread it out. We're gonna start pressing down. You want it to come up your sides. Not supposed to be super thick. And I should have read my own recipe because I think I used too much. There we go. You guys, the recipe down below is correct for this size. And I will have that down there for you. Sometimes I should go back and read my own recipes, right? All right, so basically you can see what I'm doing, right? I'm just going around with clean hands, pressing it up the sides and down all around the bottom to kind of even it out. Because you know, pie will come up this. Let's do this so you guys can see. Make sure when you're doing it, it's, you know, as even as possible. It's okay if it's not exact. I don't think I ever do anything exact. Obviously, I don't read my recipe like I should exactly. So, anyway, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go around your sides. Basically, you're just building a press-in crust. Like I said, you can buy a store-bought, you know, graham cracker crust if you want to, a chocolate. I think they even make an Oreo crust, so that might even be good in this. If you're not into counting carbs, or if you don't need that sugar reduction like we try to. And that is that. So I need to bake this and then let it cool completely before we build the filling for it. All right, so just gonna kind of wipe around the edges. Seem a little bit loose. All right. See that? Look at that. You're gonna make a mess. It's holiday baking, okay? I don't know about you guys, but during the holidays, well, I don't know who I'm kidding. I'm a food blogger, so my kitchen's always a mess. Thankfully for my lovely husband, he's my fantastic dishwasher. And look at that. So I'm gonna bake this in the oven at 350 degrees until it's cooked. This type of crust will burn easily because it's almond flour. So I'm gonna bake this for about 10 minutes actually, check it, and then probably go a little bit longer. And I'll tell you the final time I baked it in just a moment. So there's our chocolate low-carb crust. Okay, it is actually the next day, you guys. I have the pie crust. I actually baked it, let it cool, wrapped it, and put it in the fridge because I ran out of time yesterday. So this is our crust that you saw me press in. Baked it at 350 for, I think it was 10 or 11 minutes. Pulled it up and it'll get hard. It sets up for you. And I wrapped it up and put it in the refrigerator. Now I'm going to take you over here and show you how I make the caramel filling for it. Okay? Let me turn you around here and get you down. Alright, so the first thing you will need is 1 block or 8 ounces of full-fat cream cheese. It is very soft. I've had it on the counter since early this morning. So we're going to put that in there. This is homemade keto or sugar-free caramel that I make. It's really simple. I'll link the recipe to my blog where I make this in the description below. And let me show you. It is, look at that. I mean, you know, it's amazing. All it is a few simple ingredients, and you can have this too. And it is a key in Snickers, right? You have that caramel layer. Well, you don't want to give up the caramel layer on keto or sugar-free, and now you don't have to. So I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons to this cream cheese, 2 heaping tablespoons, And this will play another part later as we top the pie too. All right, so that, and the caramel sweet. So we're gonna go ahead and also add a little bit of sweetener. This is about 1/4 of a cup, not a lot. And I'm using Trim Healthy Mama Super Sweet, which is a blend of stevia and erythritol. All right. So now I'm gonna whip this up, cream it together really quick. You can also add vanilla in here. If you don't want to make the keto caramel like I have in this recipe, or I'll link to, you can also buy sugar-free caramel. I think Smucker's has a sugar-free caramel version on the where the ice cream toppers are, I think. So you could totally use that if you don't want to make this own, but this is really, really easy, guys. Okay. So I always like to taste for caramel and sweetness. Yes, that's perfect. Let me show you what it looks like. Hopefully it's not too dark. It probably is, but you'll see it a little bit when I add it to my pie. So the next thing we're gonna do, this is 2 cups of whipped cream. You can do heavy whipping cream. I think it's about a cup that whips up to 2 cups. A little bit of sweetener, 3 tablespoons of this Trim Healthy Mama Super Sweet, or whatever sweetener you like to use. And then I'm just gonna fold it in with this cream cheese mixture and caramel. You could also use sugar-free Cool Whip from the store. Again, if you don't want to make your own, you could use Ready Whip, whip it up and then add it. Just any kind of cream. But it's not gonna be anything as good as when you make your own from fresh whipping cream, so I'll just tell you that. Try and get all of it out of there. Okay. So then you're just gonna fold it together. I'm gonna do this where you guys can see it. And this is like a no-bake pie. So as it goes back into the refrigerator later, it will sit up some more. It's so light and fluffy. Look at that. All right, so I brought it over here in some more light so you guys can see. I'm gonna scoot you in just a little bit. So we started out with our cooked and cooled pie crust. And I am gonna, first thing I'm gonna do, we're gonna add some more of this caramel on the bottom layer. About another 2 heaping tablespoons, sorry. And then you're just gonna spread that out thinly on the bottom. Can you guys believe that this caramel is sugar-free? Because when I first made it, I was like, oh my word, I've hit the jackpot. It's so good, and you don't have to feel deprived. And it makes the holidays easy to celebrate. You know, you don't have to feel bad, especially if you're diabetic. You know, you want a sweet treat, but you don't want to feel bad. You don't want to spike your blood sugar too bad. So this is a great way to still have something as decadent as a Snickers pie, but not feel bad, because I know sugar always tastes good for me, but it also makes me and Anthony both feel bad later. So look at that. Then we're going to put a few peanuts. I would say probably about 1/4 of a cup, because Snickers has peanuts. You could use any kind. If you have a peanut allergy, you could use almonds. You could use pecans, any kind of nut if you don't want peanuts. But peanuts are in Snickers, the original one, so that's what we're going with. Then we're going to add this. This is that filling that we made. You guys, this is not a fat-free pie. This is still a sinful pie for the holidays. So it's just keto and sugar-free and delicious. So there's that. And I should have gotten another spatula, but we'll use this spoon. And then you're just going to do the topping all around your pie crust. Make sure you get all of it out of your thing. You want to make sure that you get all that goodness. Look at that. Okay. Okay. I'm sure I don't have it. Looks like I have it all. So there we go. So that's what it looks like now. Now you can top it a couple of different ways. You can put more whipped cream on it. But I'm just gonna put some more peanuts because I love the crunch of the peanuts. Okay, now you could also, in my recipe, you'll see where you melt some Lily's chocolate chips with heavy cream. But today I'm going to step further and I'm going to use this Pyure, which is a sugar-free hazelnut butter that you can get at Walmart or Amazon. I'll link it below. It is fantastic, and it's going to be our chocolate cover part of our Snickers. So what I'm going to do now is just drizzle the top, really. And if you wanted to thin this out some, you could totally do that. Thin it out so it's not so thick, but I like having big, thick pieces of chocolate on top. So you could also go around and do some more caramel on top. But that's it, guys. Look at that. That is your keto, sugar-free, no-bake Snickers pie. I'll come back in a little bit after it's chilled for a few hours. This needs to chill for at least 2 or 3 hours. It's best overnight, but I'll come back later when we can cut it and show you what a slice of it looks like. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, so this is in the refrigerator overnight. I'm actually shooting pictures for the blog. So I was going to show you guys this picture really quick of the whole pie, and now I'm about to cut it, and I'll come back and show you what a slice looks like after we get some pictures of this. So you're seeing a little bit of the blog life behind the scenes, and I'll come back and we'll taste this for you guys.
You're not gonna.
All right, so Anthony is going to be my taste tester. Reluctantly, he has agreed to be on camera, so he's going to try our pie. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Look at that. All right, tell me what you think. He's been hunkering for this pie since I made it yesterday, hadn't you?
Very good.
You think so? Does it kind of remind you of a Snicker? Because of the peanuts and caramel?
Yep.
Pretty good for a sugar-free treat for Christmas or the holidays, right? Good. Thanksgiving, since this is Thanksgiving pies. So how many thumbs up would you give it?
I give it, how many is the top?
1 billion.
1 billion, okay, 1 billion.
1 billion.
5 billion.
5 billion. Ooh, yeah. Some life happening over here this morning because I'm canning beans and making lunch. But thank you, Anthony. I'll be back, guys. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that first pie of Thanksgiving pies. My sugar-free, low-carb Snicker pie. Remember, the full link to the recipe on my blog is below. It'll have the carb count and all that information if you're interested for it as well. So be sure if you try this recipe to let me know. I hope it's helpful to you guys. And don't forget, there'll be a new pie every day until November the 22nd. So keep on watch out this week and the following weeks, and the playlist is below. Hope you guys enjoy these Thanksgiving pies. And don't forget, make sure you comment and watch each video so you'll be eligible for the prize at the live giveaway on November the 28th here on My Table of 3. So thanks for watching, you guys. I am going to hang out with the family now and enjoy the rest of my weekend. And I will see you guys later.